in the journalism department. That's pretty dope. Like, honestly, there was really, in the journalism department at T-Sun.
I know, I couldn't tell. You were geeking out over CSUN the whole talk.
Shut up. Anyway.
No comment. Conflict of interest, but
honestly, we'll have a different setup for that because like I don't hate T-Sun. Relax. But other people in the department. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I would just say when it comes to that, like when I was there, there really weren't a lot of black journalism students, so we always spotted each other in the hallway. It was a very small number. Like, yeah, there's a lot of us in there. Some doing PR, some doing communications, some doing film, but it always felt like there wasn't a lot of us. So when I hear stories like DeVaughn, other people, I'm always like, yo, I'm going to big them up any chance I get. Because there was a couple of people who came before me who necessarily didn't do that. And then there are people who did. So I'm thankful.
Nobody cares about you, bro.
I'm not talking about me. Shut up. Fuck you.
Nobody cares about you.
You're missing the point, asshole. It's reach one, teach one. That's what I'm just saying. Jesus, you're a terrible person. I just want you to know that. With your fucking
sorry.
dad cargo
I'm not
shorts.
a terrible person. I'm just a terrible friend. How about that?
Yeah, that's fair. You're a terrible friend.
All right, man. So should we move to touchdowns? Let's move to take or tangent. All right, man. So pretty much Jameis Winston's reinstated. We got the whole Fitz magic, which kind of derailed for like a half when he threw 3 interceptions.
No,
but still threw
he
like
is who
400 yards.
He is who we thought we were. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick right there.
But he threw 400 yards through 3 games. So
30 out of 50.
So do you got to take or tangent on Fitz?
He played bad.
On Fitz versus Jameis.
Here's my take. He played bad against a shitty Pittsburgh Steelers defense. That says a lot right there. Fitz, he's cool. He had a nice run. I think the veterans probably, like Deshaun Jackson, definitely wants him around more because he actually threw Deshaun Jackson open. But when it comes to Winston, I don't know, man. It's like he's good, he's talented, he has all the skills, and he's much better than Fitzpatrick, but the mental isn't there for whatever reason.
My biggest thing is
he got to get his head together. He came back in his press conference and was, "Did you guys miss me?" It's like, bruh. And then Andrew Hawkins said on Twitter with a retweet, he's like, "Should I tell him or you?" After 3 games. It's like, bro, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks, and I think Fitzpatrick is completing like 70% of his passes, 75 or something, some high number.
My take on this is if you're going to roll with Fitz magic or whatever the case.
That was a horrible pick 6 to Bud Dupree, by the way, who I think the Raiders might want to trade for him, but they're stupid, so never mind.
Jameis Winston, the biggest question mark has been leadership and mental toughness, as you alluded to. So if you're not going to start him and expect him to back up Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's not going to help any of that. So at that point, you're probably better off just trading him because he's going to be a free agent soon. So why are we prolonging this? Why are we even having this conversation? Why is this even a discussion? Why don't you just trade it? If the decision's already made, then roll with the decision. But as you know, we're all waiting for the fallout from Fitzpatrick, and you're expecting Jameis to just come in as a savior. And it's not really fair to him because
he put himself
he's
in
inconsistent enough.
And I feel like it's sad because they have the offense in place. O.J. Howard is a stud at tight end. You have Mike Evans, who's been balling out. You have Deshaun Jackson, who can still take the top off of defense. You have Godwin, who's a really good slot receiver. The Humphreys kid or whatever. I think he's not hurt. But like,
I think he's not hurt.
Ronald Johnson, Peyton Barber. The run game is still trash, but like,
shout out to your boy Ronald Johnson.
Ronald Jones. I mean,
4.6.
He ran a 4.4. Seriously.
At his pro day.
He has 4.4 speed, dog.
Which is where they also have Nike Combine. So let's put that into context.
Okay, you want to talk about your Nike Combine?
My 5.140?
You're a goddamn liar. You didn't run a 5.140.
It's online.
Your homeboy who played college football straight up said, "Nah, bro, he got like a 5.7. I believe him.
Yeah, the first time I ever ran a 40.
Lies.
I only went to like $800 of speed training to run a 5.1.
You really? Okay. We had Nike speed training too. Cats didn't get that faster.
I did. I had horrible technique. Bro, I literally had Deion Sanders tell me I had great technique. What don't you understand?
I don't believe you.
Okay.
You have a barrel chest, and I see how you walk upright. I don't believe you have perfect running technique.
I mean, I didn't say I was fast, but I had good running technique.
So you're saying you're not really fast. You're just.
I learned how to do the drill from $800 worth of investment. I learned how to.
A track coach taught you how to run, pretty much, because that's how you get your time down.
Pretty much, yeah.
What to say, dog?
Multiple track coaches. It was like I literally went to like 4 different speed coaches.
It's sad.
Like I went to Velocity. I went to
the Velocity in the South Bay.
No, there was one in Corona at the time.
Okay, that's what's
RIP.
I think there was one in. I think there's still Velocity in the South Bay. But yeah, that's man. When it comes down to it, man, just to wrap up this whole Fitzpatrick thing, I honestly don't see a situation where it's gonna end well for Tampa. So they're probably gonna be sucky again this year, and yeah, Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson, OJ Howard are gonna be pissed off.
All right, man. Here's the one I've been waiting for. The Oakland Raiders, the John Gruden Raiders, 0-3 at home, desperate for a win against the Cleveland Browns, who are riding high off their first win in damn near 2 years, led by, yes, that's right, a former Raider coach, Hugh Jackson. We got Hugh Jackson versus John Gruden in the Bay. Do you got to take our attention on this?
I hope the Browns beat the living shit out of them. I hope the Browns beat the silver.
Are you rooting for Baker Mayfield right now? Are you literally going to sit across from me?
I'm rooting for Myles Garrett. I'm rooting for Christian Kirksey.
If you pick up Baker Mayfield off waivers, I'm going to be pissed.
I have Drew Brees, first
I'm going to be pissed.
I have Drew Brees and Tom Brady. I respect myself. You don't know shit about fantasy football to even say something like that to me. You should just apologize, honestly. That was nasty.
Okay,
was
continue
sick,
what you were saying. Do you hope they beat the dog shit out of the Raiders?
Denzel Ward. I feel like
a real Ohio State corner?
Yeah, a real Ohio State corner. A real one. A real one.
Not one with degenerating shins and hamstrings.
I'm just saying Tre'Davious White was still on the board out of LSU. He was a captain and a senior and a ball hawk out of LSU and can hit, tackle, and punt return, and the Raiders passed on him. I don't know why. And he's still one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Don't know why. Don't know why the Raiders pick trash corners. I just don't. I don't get it.
Man,
I hope they get the shit beat out of them. And I almost picked up Duke Johnson in fantasy football just because I know he'll probably get hella catches and he's going to be on a linebacker who none of which can cover him. None of them can cover him. Nick Chubb might score 4 touchdowns.
All
Joke
right, man.
on the seam right, killing Eric Harris.
Can I get in here now?
Go for it.
This is a must-win for the Oakland Raiders, and here's why. Not only do you have the storyline of Hugh Jackson coming back to Oakland as head coach against John Gruden, but for those of you Raider fans out there, you might remember Reggie McKenzie, current GM, came into the fold, fired Hugh Jackson after an 8-8 season, largely because he abused his power, but mostly just because he wanted to get his own guy in, whatever that means. And fast forward all these years, Reggie McKenzie is now neutered. He's losing his power to John Gruden. John Gruden is abusing his power, and guess what? The Raiders suck. So
now we're just waiting for Bruce Allen, the last front office member of the apocalypse.
So if Hugh Jackson is successful in beating the Raiders in Oakland,
all his demons are exorcised.
Reggie McKenzie is essentially null. Like literally, that would literally negate every single thing Reggie McKenzie ever did for the Raiders. Like, because not only is Khalil Mack the best thing he ever did gone for basically a first round pick, and which is probably going to be in the 16s, but Derek Carr's regressing, the other best thing he did. Gabe Jackson is looking overpaid, and well, we already talked about Conley, so pretty much KJ is going to get traded. And now you have the guy that you fired coming in and whooping your ass. Raiders would just be a complete mess. I I don't even know if Reggie McKenzie would make it home at that point. He might just resign if Hugh Jackson beats him.
He'll quit and just go straight to his car, like in the fourth quarter.
And if they lose, I expect the whole wheels of this season for the Raiders to fall off. I'm talking not even 6-10. I'm talking like 2-14.
I'm talking 1-15, and the Oakland Raiders officially switch places with the Cleveland Browns when it comes to Juju.
And go to Vegas because they're just a complete mess right now.
Vegas Browns.
They're kind of like, I feel bad for Reggie McKenzie's players who are still on the roster.
The Raiders are doing worse than Issa on Insecure. Shout out to every other podcast on this radio station that constantly talks about Insecure. Lawrence Hive, All the Smoke. Lawrence Hive, Vice President of Communications, reporting for duty. Shout out to Chris from the Get Right. Shout out to Never Not Extra. Yeah, Issa's still a bird. I didn't say anything for a long time, but yeah, Lawrence Hive. And yeah, Issa's a bird. And I'm glad she got ghosted.
Are you glad you got that out of your chest?
I got it off my chest. That's why I was coughing so much.
All right. Anyways, what I was trying to say is pretty much Carl Joseph, Derek Carr, they're on in a situation where it's basically like Reggie McKenzie is their dad.
Their abusive stepdad. Please go. Oh,
please. And John Gruden is their new stepdad who pretty much
will
their
put
mom,
hands on you.
Mark Davis, came in and instantly fell in love and is like, your dad ain't shit now, and pretty much letting John Gruden discipline the kids. And they're in an uncomfortable situation because it's like, well, you're not my dad, and I don't want to listen to you. But if I don't listen to you, I'm going to get my ass beat worse by my mom and potentially get cut. So really, they're just in an uncomfortable situation. Anyone with step-parents can understand what's going on in Oakland right now.
Yeah, I still have to go to therapy for all that step-parent shit I went through. So I'm going to accuse myself from that conversation. Why did you? That's when you said it in the group chat the other week, I got triggered because I was like, oh God. I remember everything.
And the worst part is, you're like,
hey, we got us a caller. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Ryann, and I'm calling from bum-ass Hesperia, even though I'm not from Hesperia.
Hey, I just got in a car accident out there.
Damn, that's really fucking
Yeah, I had to call in because you started talking about Insecure, and I said, Kenny ain't about to do Insecure wrong, so.
Lisa is a
I had to
bird.
give a call in.
She is a bird.
First of all, and it ain't even about Lawrence Hive, because fuck
is.
Lawrence, he could leave. Nobody give a shit
He
about
makes
Lawrence
the show.
no more. But
he boosts our ratings.
he makes the show.
He's keeping them on HBO. If Lawrence doesn't come back, they don't get another season. I'll bet money on that. Money and wherever you want to eat at.
Whatever I mean. Maybe. That's a possibility. Just because he's a snack doesn't mean he's the only snack on there. Even though the other one might be a felon.
Uber Bay I can't talk. Uber Bay ghosted her. She's done. She's done in these streets.
Yeah, because he might be a felon. Like, he might be on the run. I don't know. That's my
Would a felon beat up somebody who just rolled a fresh blunt in an Uber and then take off and then give you a $50 tip? That's
he's clearly a drug lord.
Wow. Ryann Perkins. All right. So to give some backstory, Ryann went to CSUN, deaf studies major.
Oh yeah.
In grad school.
Oh yeah. Pete, please don't shit on CSUN. We could talk about CSUN a little bit. How low key shady it is.
I could have said things, and
I have a great experience with CSUN, so you guys can.
That's nice. That's real nice. It must be nice. Must be nice.
Right though.
I feel like because we're friends, that's somehow conflict of interest.
Skin. I get it.
Especially because they had a walkout today because they're trying to get rid of ethnic studies at CSUN. Yeah, they had a walkout, a planned walkout today at CSUN because of ethnic studies. It's all over the internet.
Oh shit! Because of black studies? Is that for real?
Think of like when they had the Students of Color Coalition and how it kind of just exploded, and now pretty much they're getting rid of ethnic studies. So everybody's like, "Oh hell no, you're not getting rid of ethnic studies, Harrison." And now, like CSUN, Causa, I forget their Instagram name, but yeah, they're pretty much going in on Harrison and a bunch of other people because they're literally just they're gonna make, I guess, bio and chemistry in the same category as like ethnic studies classes.
The fuck?
So you don't have to take
eugenics or something. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, since you are a grad student and you are a master or going to be a master of the the arts of sign language,